Welcome back. Whilst the construction for the second season of the Viridian League is ongoing, we have other teams here gathered for a bit of a get-together to participate in an off-season friendly elimination race. You can see the 16 teams that we've come to know after the first season of the Viridian League, as well as 4 newcomers that will be making their debut in the second season. You see the Sunrays, Prismatics, Snapdragons and Candlesense. All 4 of which will be making their debut in the qualifiers for the second season. Of course, it's still a bit away. I won't spoil how all the other 16 teams did in the first season. You can check that out on the channel if you wish. But we're now off for this elimination race friendly. It's a slightly altered course from the elimination race that was in the first season of the Viridian League. Now it's looking like the Sterling Skies are in the back, and you can see here 4 teams there stuck in that funnel, and there's the Cosmoscopes behind. But let's see, it's only the first round. A lot of teams are very close, and it's the Prismatics and Newcomer are right there as well. Nightshades now in the back. They submitted this event in the Viridian League. Their fortunes will be a secret to me, and it's a very close battle here at the line, but will the Cosmoscopes missing out. The Nightshades very good recovery there in that reworked tunnel section. Now the second round immediately off. No time to rest. Cosmoscopes are down to 20th, and meanwhile all these other competitors will just have to keep going. Currently it's the Rainbows with Pond in the back, but Kasik van the Apple Tarts are right there as well. Right ahead of them you have the Sterling Skies, White Winds and the Prismatics. Nightshades also once again near the back, but a bit of a good entry there puts them ahead of the Histrunes. But the Prismatics and the Apple Tarts very much towards the back, but a lot can change in these swinging bars. See, the Apple Tarts have a great entry. Now it's the Nightshades and the Eventide Auroras, and Eventide Auroras are far behind. Prismatics still on the screen, but Eventide Auroras are not taking this section fairly well. And let's see, and yeah, everyone is already finished. They will finish 19th in this off-season friendly. Now, 2 already out, only 18 still left. Let's see, no time to rest for these competitors. If you finish around early, you have a bit more breathing room. But still, that's gonna be a very taxing experience for all these teams. And currently it's the John Johns and Evergreen Oaks towards the back. So this guy's there as well. Let's see. But them and the Dune Dashers have kind of closed the gap beneath them. Now the Evergreen Oaks are fairly far behind. They can still easily catch right back up though. Let's see, will they? And they have overtaken into a position that does not last, and have actually taken that section fairly well. That's the Sterling Skies behind. But the White Winds, Dune Dashers and Prismatics are there as well. Verdant from the Prismatics hoping to leave a very good first impression, and that's a good run here to secure their survival. And it will be the Dune Dashers with Dirty being eliminated in 18th after the first 3 rounds. It's just gonna keep getting harder, but our new teams have performed well so far. Currently it's the Snapdragons, another one of those teams further back, but the Quartz Roses are farther behind. Nightshades having been backmarkers in all rounds so far, but doing decently well otherwise, having a great section there, being out of immediate danger. But the Snapdragons once again near the back, along with the Winter Winds and the Quartz Roses, but they can still easily make up for it in the spinning bar section here. Let's see, and ooh, those 3 teams are very close, and the Winter Winds are slightly behind, but they catch up to the Snapdragons. But the Snapdragons have a far better tube section, or whatever this you would want to call this obstacle. And I don't think Rhyme from the Winter Winds will be able to hold on for much longer, and no, they will finish 17th in this event. See there, already 4 marbles eliminated. We're down to 16, which would be a normal starting amount. Of course, as this is an off-season friendly, all 20 teams are here. Candlesense now in the back. Another new team that has been very quiet so far in this event, but that only means that they've been performing well. Nightshades once again near the back. Supersonics and John Jones also struggling a bit. And now it's the White Winds that take the distinction of being in last place. I believe that's Hurricane there. Oh, but they cut up to the marbles in front, but do not manage to overtake until now. It's now the Snapdragons, Nightshades, and the John Jolts are the back, and the Nightshades have a great entry through that snaking tunnel, and they will be safe, and it will be the John Jolts missing out in this round. Ampere from the John Jolts has been eliminated in round 5. 15 marbles remain. You can see the gate is starting to get smaller and smaller. If you finish better in the race, you get a better starting position. But that can only be of so much effect. It's going to be the Prismatics once again near the back. His students are back there as well. Same for the Snapdragons. Two teams, new teams towards the back, but they have a great section here to move further ahead. Now the Supersonics have fallen to the back. Will they be able to catch up in the spinning bar section or the tunnel behind? Let's see, they do manage to overtake here the White ones, but the ones behind them just have an even better section. That's the Prismatics in the back. Or one of our newcomers we eliminated early, but they have a great entry there. The Supersonics are once again on the back foot. They need to get something going here, and they almost do. It's very close. Will they maybe be able to do it? And just barely not. They just barely don't overtake the Quartz Roses there. Crystal just barely held off. The judge from Supersonics will finish 15th. Now, 5 already down, a quarter of the way through this elimination race. A bit more, because although we have 20 runners, we don't have 20 rounds. The Quartz Roses just barely avoided elimination in the last round, and they're towards the back once again. Close with the Evergreen Oaks and the Apple Tarts. And it's looking like the Snapdragons will join that battle too. Sunrays just barely outside of it. Radiant having been fairly well running, but the watch the back now, just barely managing to avoid that last place. But a great last section of the bars there pushes them very far ahead. Now it's the Quartz Roses that are far behind, but they have a great exit there. And now it's between them, the Evergreen Oaks and the Snapdragons. And oh, the Quartz Roses barely managed to survive once again over the force from the Evergreen Oaks this time, who finishes 14th in this elimination race. It's, the group has been shrinking ever so slightly every round. We're already down to just 13 contestants. Quartz having survived narrowly in the last rounds, but once again near the back. Same for the Apple Tarts this time. Sunrays are there as well. Quartz just barely hold on. Snapdragons and the Candlesons are in the battle for elimination now. Same for the Autumn Ashes, but they have a good look to have a good section here. Meanwhile, the Sunrays and the Quartz Roses, the Apex Sunrays do better. And as the Quartz Roses are struggling here a bit, they could still overtake the Candlesons, not anymore. And the Snapdragons also have a good section there. I believe this might be the end for the Quartz Roses. Had a bit of a chance there, but no. Quartz Roses, although surviving narrowly 2 rounds in a row, will finish 13th here in round 8. Now we're down to just 12. 12 runners left. Let's see. Team Brimstone towards the back a bit. Sterling Sky is there. Snapdragons, Wyvern also near the back. Let's see. Now it's the Autumn Ashes in the back, but this is still very early on the course, and you can see they've recovered a bit, but it's still not a very consistently safe position to be in. Sterling Skies now in the current last place, but not far behind everyone else. And let's see, they have a great section here. You can see their Pond from the Rainbirds just barely ahead. It's a very close battle between all these marbles. Stunning Skies now in the line, but they have a great section. It's the Iowas from the Histrions that is eliminated out of frankly nowhere. The last 3 marbles had a very good section there, and the Iowas were struggling a bit, and that's going to be their downfall to finish 12th. But we march on. Only 11 marbles remain. Almost the top half. Let's see. It's the Apple Tarts and this Nightshades in the back. Team Brimstone also there. Let's see. It's a tight battle between these two right now. Apple Tarts searching ahead a bit, but they have a bad bouncer that allows Team Brimstone to just be one position closer to safety. But they have some struggles there in this section. Meanwhile, you can see the Snapdragons and the Rainbirds are a little bit ahead. It's still quite a bit away from danger. But Team Brimstone take this path very well. And Apple Tarts not as good, but they've made a gap to the Nightshades, who will have to do very well here to survive, but they won't. And they will just barely miss out on the top half. Speaking of which, all 4 of our newbies are still in. The Sunrays, Snapdragons, Candlesuns, and Prismatics have all had their runners still survive. It's a very good first impression as these teams are leaving here. We can see here, Radiant from Tremaine in first in this heat right now, but Wyvern from Snapdragons aren't far behind. Same for the Stone Skies. Meanwhile, it's Wax from the Candlesuns currently in last in this heat. Of course, they have a good section here, and they call up to the Team Brimstone. Don't manage to quite overtake, but they've closed the gap. Still, very much any marbles game here that is still in, of course. Let's see, Team Brimstone holding on. Now in last, but the Apple Tarts and Candlesuns are right there. They could still catch up. Candlesuns taking that path well. Apple Tarts not doing awful either, but Team Brimstone are having a very solid section here as well. And they've actually overtaken here the Apple Tarts, and the Apple Tarts will not be able to get them back. The Apple Tarts are out here in 10th. Caustic for the Apple Tarts, the reserve running. Very solid to get to the top half, but only 9 are left, and still not a single one of our new teams has been eliminated. Currently it's the White Women's in the back. All the meshes are there as well. But Pond from the Rainbirds now in the back. Let's see. Right there with the Sunrays. Both the teams having a bit of a rivalry prior to the Viridian League. Let's see if that carries on going into it. Now it's the Rainbirds and the other meshes fighting for that last spot of survival in this round. You can see these marbles are starting to get tired. This is a very rough obstacle course. Not quite like the event, of course. But you can see here, it's all the meshes in the back, but the Rainbirds and Sunrays are still in grasping distance. But they need to have a good section here if they want to make it happen, and it's not looking like it. And no, Cinder from the all the meshes will be eliminated here in 9th in round 12. That means we only have 8 marbles left. Starting off in the 13th round. And off they go. You can see here. It's the Snapdragons near the back, but Team Brimstone is there as well. But they take a shortcut there and move almost all the way to the lead. Sunrays now in the back. You can see half of our runners are still our new team. So the chance of one of our new teams surviving is getting lower and lower. Especially considering 3 of the back runners are new teams. Sunrays far behind the others. You can see all 4 of them on screen though. Sunrays struggling a bit, but Snapdragons aren't too far ahead. They can still catch back up, but they need to have a good section here. And it's not looking all too fast. Snapdragons just are gonna get away with it, and the Sunrays just don't manage to get the section at all. They're very slow through this. I don't believe the Sunrays will be able to recover from this. No one on screen. They're probably all already finished. Let's see. Is it all in vain for the Sunrays? And yes, Radiant with the settle for an 8th place finish. Still a very solid result in the first outing. Now, just 7 marbles left. 4 will be eliminated prior to the podiums. But that means 3 will attain that glory for themselves. But who will it be? Let's see. It's currently the Stone Skies and White Women's in the back, but the Candlesuns and Rainbirds are there as well. Ooh, and neither of those 4 managed to take the slightly faster path. But still, that does not lose some ground on each other. But that means the other 3 are surging ahead. Stone Skies now in the back. But White Winds and the Rainbirds not far behind. Candlesuns accelerating a bit. Let's see. Ooh, they and the Rainbirds have a great section there through that swing tube. Between the White Winds and the Southern Skies here. Let's see. It's very close. White Winds are trying to overtake it. And oh, they just barely don't get it done. Incredible defensive move there from the Southern Skies to block the White Winds overtake, which allows them to go just another further round. 6 more marbles. 3 newbies still. Going strong with Wyvern, Wax, and Verdant from the newbies. And Pond, Flame, and Silver from the veterans. Who will come out on top. But first, who will miss out on the top 5 here? We've almost reached the top 25%. Team Brimstone are currently lagging behind a bit. Let's see, will they catch up to the Prismatics ahead? Prismatics actually overtake the Rainbirds now. Now the Snapdragons are there as well in slight danger. But Team Brimstone does need to get a move done. But they're right on the Snapdragon stills. Let's see. They collide with the Snapdragons and they overtake it. But the Snapdragons get them right back. There was quite a back and forth in that last section, but Flame from Team Moonstone will go no further in this elimination race. Snapdragons, a very tight clutch move there to survive into the top 5. We have 3 newbies still going, which means we've guaranteed that one of them will land on the podium. But it could of course still easily be more. We have the Snapdragons and Rainbirds towards the front. Sterling Skies are there as well. Prismatics nudge them back, meaning they take the provisional 3rd position. But Candle Sense and Sterling Skies won't let it be for nothing. And see here, a great move there from the Sterling Skies. They're now in the tube along with the Prismatics. Candle Sense are struggling a bit with the spinning bars. But they have a great entry here in this section, and they're almost right there with the Prismatic. They overtake, and they actually will be able to hold on to it, which means Vertical Prismatic loses advance within this last section of the course. And now we're down to 4. Silver, Wyvern, Pond, and Wax. Who will miss out? The Snapdragons and the Candlesuns are towards the front. Meanwhile, the Rainbirds and the Sterling Skies are struggling a bit in the middle. But of course, still early part of the course. Anyone can still make a comeback here. Rainbirds have a great path there into this faster section, which leads the Sterling Skies to fend for themselves in 4th right now. They need to make something up in this last section of the course. We can't even see the Snapdragons anymore. This Candle Sense a bit ahead of the Rainbirds, but still not quite safe. They are going into the tube section, and the Rainbirds will be following them. Sterling Skies needs to get something done here. Let's see, not a great entry, but still not too bad. They could set something going, but the entry is just not good enough. And oh, a bit of salt in the wound to hit that last section. Last diamond in the course. It was a very close run to the line there. Otherwise, we have our podium here. The Snapdragons and Candlesuns will leave a great first impression, landing on the podium. But only one of these 3 competitors can win, and the Rainbirds are still in it. We're fighting for a gold or better. It's currently the Snapdragons far behind, meanwhile the Candlesuns very far ahead. Snapdragons need to get something done if they want to pass the Rainbirds for survival, or even the Candlesuns. Although with how far they are, never mind, they're right there. I would have expected them farther off screen, but still, both these teams need to do something if they want to catch up to them. And the Snapdragons are struggling here a bit. Rainbirds are only going to make use of that to get further ahead. They need to get a very fast move here, and it is fast, but will it be good enough? And it's close, but no. A very good last section of the course for Wyvern. But it was in vain. The Rainbirds were just fairly far ahead, but Wyvern will still very comfortably take that bronze position. Meanwhile, now with the final round, Rainbirds and the Candlesuns. Only one of these can take the gold. It will be very incredible run from the Candlesuns to get a gold in their very first event ever participating. Even if it is not in the Viridian League proper. With 20 competitors, it should still be something to be proud of. Will it be Wax or Pond coming out on top? Let's see. Curly Pond has the lead, but Wax is not far behind. Let's see, but they need to get something done in this section. And they have a worse entry than the Rainbirds. Rainbirds need to have a bad section here that they can hold off. And oh, the Candlesuns bounce there. And once again, and that's it. The Candlesuns will only be good enough for second with Wax. Pond from the Rainbirds will secure the gold in this off-season elimination race. Look at them standing there on the podium. Very well deserved to all 3 of those competitors. And now we look at the final results of this off-season elimination race. You can see here Silver just barely missing out from a medal in 4th, ahead of Verdant, Flame, Hurricane, and Radiant in the top 8. The lowest of our new teams. Still a very solid result there. But it was only an off-season elimination. We'll hope to see all these teams do in the qualifiers, and hopefully coming soon. But apparently the second season is still under construction, so it'll be when it'll be. Either way, I'll see you then. Goodbye.